So we've been getting auto sales this week. Those are coming in much lower, but not because of demand, because of supply, which is a story we've been hearing for the better part of a year. We know how that's pushed out and affected the used car market as well. From your vantage point, what are you seeing right now? Would you anticipate that we start to see a rebalancing within the auto market in general sometime soon?
Well, that's a complicated question. I'll circle back to that in just a second if it's okay. First, I just want to thank all the people inside Carvana. As you said in your opening, we just sold our millionth car over the holidays. 2021 was a huge year for us. We had our first profitable quarter. We were named one of the 4 fastest companies to ever make the Fortune 500. And then we got that kind of holiday gift at the end of the year to sell our millionth car in just our 9th year in operation and just 3 years after selling our 100,000th car. So something we're incredibly proud of. And it was only made possible by all the great people inside Carvana that choose to care every day. So I want to thank all of them for another incredible accomplishment. Hopefully, many more are yet to come. As it relates to kind of normalization of the car market, we've been in a strange place for a long time now. We're coming up on 2 years in the pandemic, and obviously the kind of biggest driver of that has been OEM supply chains that have been continually disrupted by these various waves of COVID. I think we're starting to read now that supply chains are getting more normalized, but then we're also running into another huge wave of COVID, simultaneously. So I think where all that comes out is a little difficult to forecast. We're paying very close attention. We'll continue to watch it. Hopefully we're in the late innings here and we head back to normalcy soon.
Is Omicron having an impact? I mean, can you acquire enough vehicles to sell right now, given the fact that there is such demand?
So I think in general, if we look over the last 2 years, kind of the trend has been, there's a wave of COVID. That wave disrupts supply chains, internationally. You tend to see production then decrease for the OEMs, and you see kind of car prices on the new side with maybe a month or 2 lag from the COVID wave, push up, and then used prices generally follow there. So that's been what we've seen so far, and I think that prior to the Omicron wave, we were basically seeing peak prices in the wholesale market probably 6 weeks ago, give or take, and that was really driven by the previous wave. Omicron has just really taken off very recently, and so I think we're not yet seeing the impacts of that in kind of the prices of cars, or yet really in production of cars. I think it's early to say what that impact will be, but the impact that we've seen in previous waves has been fairly predictable so far. We're also getting to a place now where vehicle prices are very high and it's impacting customer affordability. So there has to be some ceiling there. So we'll see how that all plays out.
Well, Ernie, in your last call, which to note is a couple of months ago, you did say that to manage retail sales volume, you reduced the number of vehicles shown to customers in search results, which limited the benefits of higher immediate available inventory on retail units sold. Has that changed at all as we begin the new year, or is that still the case?
So I think, we've been extremely lucky over time to build this offering that customers love that has driven a ton of demand. And we've worked really hard to try to build the supply side of the equation to be able to support all that demand. I think that's been the continual story for the last 9 years. And it's been even more true over the last 2 years we've gone through this pandemic. And I think we remain in this place where we're working really hard to catch up to demand. We've made a ton of progress. We're really proud of that. And that's what's driven these milestones that we've been hitting. But we certainly still have work to do. We think that it's very early in the game for kind of building out this new way of buying a car for customers, and we see a lot of growth ahead, and we expect to continue to grow very quickly over a long period of time, and it's going to take a lot of work, but we're doing that work.
Right. Okay. But again, are you still reducing the number of vehicles shown to customers in search results?
That was a simple question. Very direct, but you didn't like my long meandering answer?
I didn't. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We continue to try to do the best we can to manage the demand that we're seeing, and we are continuing to have some levers that are suppressing some of that demand as we work hard to try to catch up to it.
Thank you.